Well, howdy, it's Monday night. It is 7:30 and I am doing the little Facebook Live. So I am trying to multitask, so I apologize in advance. I'm squinting into the sun. I'm trying to get my walk in. It's been a really nice and busy day for me today, and I haven't been able to get this in yet. So you're going to listen to me as I walk and talk, and hopefully my dog stays really good. So just so you can see, he's over there. So we're going to talk a little bit about back to school. And for funsies, this is like my first year without having any school children. So my college grad, I got nothing. I don't have to do anything with back to school, and I love it. But the days of going and getting everything ready, I do remember. And so there's just a couple of tips and tricks that I just kind of want to share with you. First one has to do with sleep. So on average, most kids actually need anywhere between 9 and 12 hours of sleep. And in fact, you're kind of seeing this across school districts, how they're adjusting times. If you have not started yet getting your kids shifted towards getting them back to school, you need to be doing it. Even 15 minutes every few days, getting them closer towards the bedtime and wake up times that they're going to be having for school will be super helpful. If your kids are tired, they're not going to be able to focus, they're not going to feel well, and they are going to be grumpy. So sleep is super important. And as I'm talking about this, I'm saying kids, but let's be realistic. This applies to us too. So just kind of keep all of these in mind, and these are things you could try. Just saying. So sleep, super important. Again, poor sleep, cranky mornings, crabby children, trouble concentrating. Another thing too would be kind of limiting screen time before bed. It's a great thing for all of us grown-ups as well. About an hour before bed, your body wants to start to wind down. So don't have the stimulating blue light coming from your cell phones, your tablets, your televisions, all of that. Get a routine in. Do some books, maybe a bath, maybe some essential oils. You can also do like lavender, maybe a little chamomile tea. Come up with something that's getting people set and ready to go. You can even be dimming lights in the house. So super easy tricks just to try to get people to get into bedtime mode. So then hopefully they can sleep a little bit better. Other things, protein for breakfast. Can't emphasize this enough. This is a big grown-up tip too. Even the kids, we want anywhere from 25 to 30 grams of protein in the morning right away, right off the bat. Reason being, if you're just having a carb, sugar-filled breakfast, that's going to cause a crash. So you eat your breakfast, it's carb, you have your blood sugar spike and crash. So not cool. The focus, the crabbies, the ability to be able to stay in school and do what they need to do and learn, it's not going to be there. So ditch all the sugary stuff. Now, sugary stuff, what do we want to be ditching? Well, we're going to want to be ditching the cereals, the Pop-Tarts, all that kind of stuff. What do you want to eat in place? High protein. So I love eggs. Eggs, nitrate-free sausage, great protein sources. You can also do good quality proteins. If you don't know what those are, go back and watch some of my previous lives. I go a little bit deeper into protein. If you can't find them on Facebook, because Facebook likes to delete things after 30 days, go to YouTube. So if you want to find where that's at, you can just search Kinney Health and Wellness. You're going to find it. I actually have a little YouTube channel, so you can go ahead and catch on these things. So let's see what else. Other types of things that could be really good, maybe a cheese and avocado wrap. So you can actually get some really yummy egg-based, like tortilla-like things. I got some this weekend. And so I make little burritos in the morning with them, and they're pretty tasty. That might be another option. Or my favorite, how about leftovers from the night before? So when you've got great meat, great veggie, and a healthy fat combo, who says you can't have dinner for breakfast? I love it. Super easy. So just make a little extra and have that. Another thing I want to also kind of remind you too is protein, eating real food. You're going to be balancing that blood sugar. You're going to prevent the crashes. That's super duper important, especially when you want them thinking at school. Other ideas, smart snacks and lunches. So I don't really know what they're feeding kids in school anymore. I do remember what they used to feed them, and I remember what I used to eat. So I'm a big proponent of pack your own lunch. There's some really amazing cases that are out there now. You can get great separation of foods for those that don't like things to touch. You can have great cooler packs. Just pack your lunches. But that can be really overwhelming when you're trying to get the kids out the door and it's all crabby and everybody's not in a great mood because they didn't sleep the night before. So what do? You got to think ahead. You got to prep. You can be prepping on Sundays a little bit of work on the upfront side, having things cut, ready to go. All you got to do then the night before you get to your wind down time, what do? You make your lunches. You pack them in and get them ready. So what do you put in your lunches? Well, you're not going to eat the Lunchables. The Lunchables do not have food in them. In fact, they might just have little discs that look like lunch meat, but that's really not lunch meat. Maybe some crackers and a couple pieces of cheese. That's not enough food for these kids. So create them. Make something. You can have great lunch meats that you can go ahead and put in there. Roll them up in something if you want. You can go ahead and put some veggies in there with it, things that they'll eat. Maybe some cheeses, some cheese sticks. You can even have them bring a protein shake. Get a good quality protein. They can have that, have the water. It can be separated. They can shake it right at the table. You can do some apples, nut butters, different types of things like that. Lots of really great options, or even leftovers. Not uncommon. You don't have to heat up chunks of chicken. You can just cut them and eat them. So a few different little ideas that you can do for some food. Another thing too to maybe kind of consider avoiding are the granola bars that are really actually like candy bars. They say they're granola, but if you read the ingredients and you see all the sugar in there and you don't see any protein, that is not a good source of anything for the kids to be eating. That's going to cause an afternoon crash where they're going to get really tired and cranky. So don't do that one either. But what could you do? Well, you can make a trail mix. You can do some really great, awesome dried fruits, not the ones that are coated in sugar, but just simple dried fruits, and add some different nuts in there. And then you can just bring that to school. So just another idea. Big thing is like eating whole, minimally processed foods the best you can, skipping the Pop-Tarts, the donuts, the sugary cereals. Why? They spike your blood sugar. You're going to get mid-morning crashes if it's for breakfast. And if you're doing that for lunch, you're going to get mid-afternoon crashes. The kids' bodies do not need extra dyes, additives, or refined sugars for fuel. In fact, that's actually just going to kind of mess with their little brains. And then they're going to be bouncing all over in there, and the teachers aren't going to get upset. So we just don't want any of that. Another thing, too, to consider is getting your nutrition checks now. So perfect opportunity. Let's get the kids on track. Let's figure out where they're at. Where are the stressors? Let's get them out of their way so their little brains work very effectively and they're able to kind of continue working and learning just like we want them to be learning. So I love seeing kids. I love helping families figure out how to make their lifestyles work better, and we can talk about all of these things when we're in the clinic. Another thing to just kind of remember sleep. Let's get those in a really great place. Let's make sure that we are sleeping closer towards our normal wake up times so it's not such a rough time when we start. Doing the down regulation so you get them ready for bed. Making sure that we're trying to get great protein sources in for breakfast and for snacks. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And if you've got any great tips of certain things that you found have worked really well for you or your families, go ahead and put them in the comments. Share them with other people. I'd love to be able to kind of help. In fact, I've got a little sheet. I've created kind of a cute little tips and tricks sheet that kind of just highlights some of this stuff. If you're interested in it, go ahead, plop your email in the comment section, or you can DM me and I'll send it to you. I'd love for you to have it. Other things, I just want to remind you, we do have education upcoming. So, sorry, I just need to check my dog. There's another dog in the field. As long as he stays where he's supposed to. Get back here. Come on. Get over here. He actually listens. See? You never know. Get over here. Come on. Get over here, Ram. Anyways, we have upcoming education. So next Tuesday, we are going to be hooking up with Angie. We're going to be learning about EFT tapping. Can't wait for that one. I will put a little thing in the comment section about that. We also have one coming up in September that's a recipe swap towards the end of the month. Cannot wait for that one. So bring a friend, bring your favorite recipes. We're going to compile them, and then we're going to go ahead and share all of it with the people that are coming. I can't wait for that. That one is really going to be fun. And then another one that we're doing is talking about food being medicine. And food is medicine, and you better believe it. So how do you live like that, and why do we live like this? So, interested, I will put those down in the section as well. So I'm going to finish my walk. It was really nice to get out here and hopefully prevent my dog from going to chase that other one. Talk to y'all later.